Hey everybody, Allie with Novella Bloom. So I was going to do a video on how to winter sow larkspur in milk jugs, but as I was getting ready to walk out to the barn, I saw the sun come out and I felt like spending a little more time outside. So I'm also kind of looking for some suggestions on what to do with this next garden area. So I'm in one of our side yards right now. I'm going to start walking into the area I need some help with. This is all salal or sal, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it grows wild here in the Pacific Northwest, so some huckleberries. So we're in Western Washington, Burley, Washington, which is about 10 minutes from Gig Harbor, like downtown Gig Harbor, 10 minutes from downtown Port Orchard, 45 minutes from Seattle. We're a zone 8B right now. And this is the front side yard. So this, as you can see, has been grass. And I actually heard from a neighbor that that has lived here for like 20 years, that this area right here was actually a pond. The previous owners had a pond. So we have talked about like digging that up and like reviving the pond and doing that right here, but I also feel like that might be a lot more maintenance than what I am prepared to do. And maybe when I'm retired or something and I can just spend all day in the garden. But yeah, this is grass, and it's a beautiful green in the spring and the fall, but in the summer it goes dormant, and it's just a big patch of brown, gross brown. I did put in a walkway right here. We had a tree taken out last summer and had a bunch of wood chips. And so I put down some cardboard and put the wood chips over it. I didn't want to use it as mulch in my garden beds because I don't know, you know, like if the trees were healthy when they came down. We took one down because it was just leaning towards our house. So being preventative. But yeah, so let me show you what we have right now over here. I do have a bluebird hydrangea, which I'm thinking of moving. It's obviously not growing right now. It's dormant, but it's not really like, I don't know. It's not looking that great. Also, if you saw my last Instagram video, the deer love it in this area, so they love hydrangeas, and yeah, I think I'll just move it. This is a flamethrower redbud, and it's dormant right now. I don't know, it might even be dead, I don't know, but we'll see. And then over here is a Pieris japonica. So this is usually like the first plant to bloom in the spring, and the scent that it lets off is just intoxicating. It gets covered in bees and pollinators. So these will turn into white bell-shaped flowers. And then this was planted by the previous owners, and it's been growing kind of sideways. So it's a little too late to straighten it out. So I'm just embracing its kind of quirky growth habit. Down here, I have a bunch of like lupin that I planted last year. I think lupin might be an annual here, so probably not going to come back. But I also have some peonies in there. These two plants right here were the Nyphophia, red hot poker. I think this is a perennial here, I'm not sure. And then we have some Monarda right here. Our trash cans, lovely. And I have some hydrangeas that I pulled out. I got those for free, and I'm not sure where to put them because the deer, find them. But maybe I'll pot them up and just put them in a protected area. So back to this bed. We also have this weeping blue Atlas cedar. We've been training it on this stake, which with the last windstorm it detached, so I gotta hook that back up. Down here underneath we have a bunch of different ground covers, like some wild strawberries, and some purple vinca and some creeping jenny. And then this is a gorgeous rhododendron. It's one of the first rhodies on our property to bloom in the spring. I call her Rafaela the Rhodie. You can see she's covered in buds. My daffodils are coming up. So I bought these from Home Depot. They have these big, I think the bucket or the can says drop and bloom, or I don't know. They were big cans, and so when they were done, I took them out and just popped them in the landscape. I also have a lot of weeds that I'm gonna need to pull. I should have pulled some of these weeds over the winter, but didn't get to that. Here's our Genie Magnolia, which is all budded up. That's exciting. I planted her last spring. I'd like to add more magnolias to the garden. Maybe I don't remember, is it Royal Star? I don't know. I know Monrovia and Proven Winners have some beautiful magnolias, so hopefully I can get my hands on some of those. I'd like to have a bunch of different kinds of magnolias. This is a pampas grass, which was planted here by the previous owners, and I think it's time for me to cut it back going into the spring. This is a Miss Ruby Buddleia. She's got her new growth coming out. That's exciting. That down there is a Coreopsis. It's a gold and red one. It's really pretty. And then I have some Caryopteris, which is a beautiful purple flower that blooms in the summer and the fall. I think the fall is probably the most beautiful time here in Western Washington. Most beautiful season. I don't know, I love them all. Each season has their pros and cons, but yeah, I've got 3 here, and then I have some Hot Lips Salvia. I think these are annuals, I'm not sure, but they're red and white, so if they don't push any new growth, I'll pull those out. And then this is a juniper. that the previous owners planted. We're gonna kind of trim that up in the spring, which is only like a month away. And then we also have this burning bush, which gets a beautiful like bright red color in the fall. Here's some more of my little daffodils right here. They do naturalize, so I'm hoping that we'll just have kind of a field of them one day. And let me get back to this area that I was originally talking about. Okay, so this is one of the beds that borders this grass area that I'm kind of trying to figure out what to do. I have a Slenderina blue spruce. My goal is to grow this so that it arches over this area right here, and then you just will walk under it. Love that. This is a weeping cedar. Picked this up from Home Depot. It did very well in the snow. I love cedars. And then I have over here some white candy tuft the previous owners planted. So this will be covered in white flowers, like just a mat of white flowers. And then this is a Japanese maple, and then that kind of goes into a different bed. So for purposes of this video, I'm just gonna stick with this area. Those are my Yuletide camellias. Unfortunately, the deer got to them and ate most of the buds. Oh, look, I see one. I see a flower. Ooh. Oh, look at how pretty she is. It's almost time to fertilize my camellias. Oh. But yeah, so this is the area in question. What to do here. I also have another rhododendron over there. It's like, I don't know, 15 feet tall, and that's the road right beyond those firs. Doug firs and madrones, that's what this is. They grow very well here. But yeah. So if you guys have any suggestions, do I leave it all grass and just deal with the brown here in the summer when I'm actually out here for most of the day, every day? That's one of the perks of being a school teacher. You get the summers off. Do I just deal with the brown, or do I maybe put in a like a pergola and make it a seating area? Or do we go back to the pond idea? Or do I just keep planting more trees and making more beds? So again, we're zone 8B in Western Washington in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. It's quite windy. I don't know if you can hear me okay. This area is part sun to sun. Let me know what you think. All right, hope everyone's having a great week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.